The thing is, no one outside of you has the answer. I don't have your answers. I am only here to be a guide. I am only here to share things that have helped me on my journey, and maybe that resonates with you. If it doesn't, you don't have to take my advice, take my thoughts and knowledge as your own truth. You get to decide that for yourself. And if you ever come across someone who's like, this is the truth, you have to do this, otherwise you will not be healthy, da 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 da, be very aware, because no one has your answers. No one knows exactly how your body works, how your mind works, how your soul is meant to be expressed. Welcome to Just Being Me. This is your sanctuary for all things real, magical, and unapologetically you. Here, we weave together the threads of balanced living, self love, and creative expression. Because stepping into who you're meant to be is equal parts exhilarating and messy, and it's all part of the plot. I am your host, Emma Garter, and I'm a self expression coach and creatrix. Each week, we'll dive into heart centered conversations, playful explorations, and a little bit of everyday enchantment. Whether you're figuring out life's big questions, manifesting your dream reality, or simply learning to know, trust, and love yourself, this is your space to create a life that feels so desirable that you would never want to escape it. So, let's skip the small talk and dive into the deep end. Your story starts here, and the pen is in your hand. Now let's get into the episode. Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome back to another episode of Just Being Me. We are continuing on the REALIGN series, and today we're talking about the third eye chakra. If you have no idea what the REALIGN series are, let me just give you a little short recap. You can also listen to episode number 1 if you want to just get a little bit more intricate in the details of what this is about. So, the REALIGN series is all about connecting back to our truth, and doing so through realigning the different 7 chakras, the main 7 energy centers in our bodies. So we have worked our way from the root to the sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, and now we're on the third eye, which is all about intuition, our inner truth, seeing clearly, not getting blurred by all the external things that aren't really our truth, and also being influenced by other people and their shiny things, and getting pulled into something that to our ego sounds very exciting, but to our actual true self, it might not be what is for us. So that is what I want to talk about today. I also want to talk a little bit about purpose, because I think this also connects to the third eye in like a vague way. And purpose for me is fully living in alignment with our truth and being able to listen to what we're here to serve to the world and how we're here to be of service. So I wanted to start with the first part and really go into something that has been so prevalent for me the past few months, and that is not being distracted by other people. And it can be so easy with the information that is out there. We're living in the informational age, something with information age, and there's an overload of things out there, which is incredible. We have access to all these resources that we didn't have before. But this can also cloud our own truth. And there can be so many things out there that can look very bright and shiny, like the shiny carrot that is like calling us, or the mermaids in the movies that like sing their beautiful, beautiful song, but they end up pulling you down into the ocean. So, how do we really decipher what is ours and what is the external dangling carrot in front of us? Well, we gotta start actually going within. We gotta we gotta take a step back from the external noise that is happening around us. And I know when I first started my journey, I went so deep into wanting to know everything. And I love learning. I love being a student and I love taking in information. But I ended up getting so overwhelmed by all the things because I felt like it was like I was learning so much, but I wasn't actually living it. I wasn't actually implementing it into my life. And in that way, I just felt like there was this heavy burden on top of me being like, I know all this stuff, or I've learned all this stuff, and I'm not actually doing anything with it. So the first thing is to take a step back from consuming, from indulging in all these things. And like I said, I love being a student, and I think it's great to have things in your life that fills you up when it comes to your brain and knowledge. But can you pull away a few things? Can you maybe decide that, okay, for the next, I don't know, month, I'm only gonna listen to audiobooks, or I'm only gonna read books, and only gonna be these two books, and then the podcast and Instagram and all that is gonna be like on the back burner. Can you not overload yourself? And this also might come from you needing to distract yourself. I know for me, I have used the external things in order to distract myself from what is actually going within. So, how can you use the different chakras, for example, especially the sacral chakra, and how can you go in and sit with the discomfort of not filling your time with the external noise? And what really helps is to be in silence, to create space for that inner truth to be heard, for you to actually hold the emptiness and not just fill all of the time that you have, the spare time when you're not working, when you're not hanging out with friends. If you're able to create some space, and in the beginning, silence and being in and doing nothing, actually being bored, can also be uncomfortable. But a lot of the things that are meant to come through will come through when you are in silence. Meditation is a good thing. Going into nature, literally just laying on the grass doing nothing, is so helpful. And you will start to notice that insight will come through. You will start to notice that within the stillness, you will find so much peace and also chaos, but but within the chaos, how can you create more of that peace? And the thing is, no one outside of you has the answer. I don't have your answers. I am only here to be a guide. I am only here to share things that have helped me on my journey, and maybe that resonates with you. If it doesn't, you don't have to take my advice, take my thoughts and knowledge as your own truth. You get to decide that for yourself. And if you ever come across someone who's like, this is the truth, you have to do this, otherwise you will not be healthy, da 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 da, be very aware, because no one has your answers. No one knows exactly how your body works, how your mind works, how your soul is meant to be expressed. So if you see someone and you're like, oh my God, there is, and she's telling me to liberate myself by going around topless on the streets. And if that doesn't feel resonant, then don't do it. You don't have to do exactly what everyone else's journey has been like. And maybe you want to try things on. I love using this methodology or method of like just try things on. You don't have to wear the same kind of clothes every day. You get to try things on and see if it fits, and maybe you want to get rid of it and buy something new. Like, nothing is permanent, and you get to change and see what works for you. So this is your invitation to really just become an observer over your life. Become an observer, see how things work for you, and if it doesn't work for you, let it go. Let it go. For me, the third eye is also about moving towards your goals, moving towards your purpose, and really stepping in to your truth through taking aligned action steps. And then you might be wondering, but what even is my purpose? I have no idea where I'm headed. I invite you to check out episode number 3, which is the solar plexus, where we talk about our soul blueprint. We talk about our essence and who we truly are in this very moment. And in this episode, I want to elaborate more and be like, okay, so where am I heading? What is the vision for the future? What is my North Star? And this will change as you're changing, but knowing where your your overarching goal or feeling that you want to feel. For me, I know my future is to have a beautiful house, have a bunch of kids, have a vegetable garden, live in the middle of nature somewhere in Norway. I want to guide women to come back to their truth, and I am guiding, but this is like the big vision, and be able to live through hosting events and retreats and holding spaces, safe, sacred spaces for women to explore what it means to be themselves. And connect to their inner child and their playful selves and their passions and their pleasure and all of these things. Like, that is my North Star. And how that looks will forever change. But the fact that I know this, I can also decipher if my ideas and the things that pop into my head about what I am meant to do is actually aligning to that. And our intuition, which is our third eye, is a funny thing because sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes you're like, I am meant to go to the beach and swim for an hour. That is something that comes through, and you're like, but why? Why? Like, what is that to do with my vision? And sometimes it doesn't make sense. But the fact that you know where you're heading, you know the path, um not even that you know the path, but you know, like, the main essence of your life, your intuition is going to start leading you there. And it takes you to listen, to actually go within, to create sacred space, like I talked about earlier, and actually be able to take away the external noise and listen to your truth. One thing that I have recently dove into is the gene keys, and it's amazing. I have whoo I feel like if there's a book where you will learn so much about yourself and what your purpose is here on this earth to do, I highly recommend the Gene Keys book for that. And I don't know too much about it yet. I will definitely talk more about it in the future. But for now, I just wanted to share like something that has been lighting me up and really helping me understand where I meant to share and how I meant to share and on what I meant to share with the world. So, when you're moving forward, you don't have to know exactly all the steps forward. There's a difference between having your whole life planned out, like every step that you think you're meant to take, and being able to sit back and being like, okay, don't really know. I can plan, I can set like a somewhat of a structure, but going within and listening is going to actually get you further. And being able to be more flexible and to not be so like caught up in your perceived path, but listening to your inner truth and being like, okay, this is actually my true path. Also, I keep forgetting to mention the colors. The color of the third eye is indigo. I'm wearing my indigo shirt. And I also completely forgot, if you're watching this video, I have a pink eye. I think I've been overdoing. I've been hustling instead of taking aligned action. Um, and yeah, that resulted in me getting so tired. So my right eye, which is the masculine side, is like, you're not seeing something in your life. You're not seeing that you are pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And now it's going down when I've slowed down, when I've just not done anything this weekend. Um, so yeah, knowing that you don't have to work your ass off, and that's not usually um the path that you're meant to take in order to get to where you want to go. You get to relax, you get to um slow down and to really come back to your truth. And for me, that has really been a revelation, especially again with the solar plexus episode, learning my human design type and knowing that I'm a projector. I have all my like lower centers are open, so I need a lot of rest and I need a lot of um, just grounding. And another thing that has really helped me to see my own truth is to have space held for me, because it can be really complicated, especially being in our heads all the time and always like trying to figure out the next step and over analyzing things and just getting so overwhelmed with everything. And it helps having a person that holds space for your healing and that supports you, ask the right questions for you to learn more about who you truly are. So, if you are interested in being held in a sacred space where you actually get to connect your truth, I invite you to check out my one-on-one coaching offering. And you can also schedule a free discovery call where we just chat, see how I can help you and serve you best on your journey to fully blossoming into the beautiful, incredible, amazing woman that I know you're meant to be. And you already are. Girl, you're doing so good. You're doing so fucking good. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. It was a short one, but I feel like the essence that needed to move through me came through, and also being able to trust my own inner voice. And that has also been a lot due to my embodiment practices. And I'm hosting a free event. It used to be called Goddess Resonance, but we're changing the name. So I invite you to join Connect to Express, where we work with the womb, heart, throat connection and really step in to our fullest expression through connecting to our truth centers, our womb, where all the wisdom is. It's a portal of creation. Our heart, which is the truest essence, love, and being able to speak that clearly out loud. And it's going to be amazing. It's for free. You're all welcome. It's the celebration of the podcast rebirth. We're also doing the rebirth. I had a photo shoot for the new logo, and god damn, the photos are so good. And I'm so excited to share all this with you. And I will leave everything linked down below in the show notes for you to sign up for a free discovery call and the event that I'm hosting. I'm hosting two events, one in July as well. That's an in-person event. So I will leave that link as well. We're going to paint our bodies. We're going to do cacao ceremony, dance and sing. It's going to be like a full-on embodiment expression session. Amazing. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please let me know. You can DM me and send this to a friend that you think will resonate with it, that you feel like need to just connect to their own inner wisdom, and that are maybe relying too much on the external to feel satiated. I would also love it. I mean, it would mean the world to me if you followed me on Spotify or subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on this rebirth and even the next episode, which will be the crown chakra. It's going to be amazing. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.